let's start. So my topic is reliable links, and my talk will be serious almost all of the time. So I would like to entertain you. First of all, do you want to watch some funny short movie? First of all, I got one. It's this movie. This movie hasn't direct relation with my topic, but I will have two remarks about it. So, if you would like, we can watch. It's 3 minutes long, and perhaps you watch it already. It's a very popular movie. So, let me show you. Do you know this one? Yes? Okay. Okay, let me start.
Fantastic.
Okay. And this is movie in with English subtitles. Okay, let's go. Ansgar? Ja, ja. Ja, okay. Ja, hei du. Ja. Ja, hva gjelder det? Ja, det er den her. Ja, du sitter. Ja. Ja. Ja, så den, ja, du gjorde noen ting hele formiddagen? Nei, jeg beklager at det tar tid. Jeg holder på litt om til helt lyst, selv om da skal holde av litt på en gang. Ja, så det kommer ikke inn litt med det? Nei, men ligger der. Har du forsøkt å åpne den? Ja, åpne den, altså hvis det hadde vært så enkelt, så hadde jeg jo blitt tilkalt før. Og ikke lagt til å. Better? Ja. Helt på det vel? Nei. Du har lyst på en tann? Nei, det var ikke det. Du bare gjør der. Sånn. Ja, da er vi i gang. Ja, så langt kom jeg også. Ok. Men så stoppet opp, og så var jeg redd for at noe av teksten skulle forsvinne, så jeg turte å gå videre. Åja, ok. Men du skjønner, inni her, så ligger det kanskje flere 100 sider med lagret tekst. Så for å komme videre, så tar du tak i et ark, på den måten her. Så blar du over på neste side sånn. Da fortsetter teksten her. Blar, altså? Du blar. Men jeg skal tilbake da. Ja, da bare blar du tilbake. Ta tak der. Der. Da er du tilbake til den teksten. Ok, så den slutter der. Og så fortsetter den der. Ok, men hva er det må jeg da? Da bare slår du sammen permene. Ja, på den måten der. Sånn. Da ligger alt lagret inni der. Jeg risikerer ikke å miste noe av teksten her. Nei, det er lagret inni her. Ja, det betyr betyr på en grad. Det er kanskje litt sannsynlig. Ok, nei, men for det er at når du har holdt på med skriftruller, så tar det litt tid å konvertere til å bla i en bøk. Ja. Ja, men det er en før det går. Jeg bare går igjen en gang til. Jeg åpner sånn, og så, hva du kaller det? Jeg blar hjem og tilbake, og når jeg er ferdig, så bare lukker jeg den. Flott, litt der, kjempefint. Ja, men du, nei, ikke sant? Nå er den sånn igjennom, for jeg ikke åpnet den. Så det er ikke likegyldig, det er sånn. Åpner fra den siden der, sånn. Der nå. Ja vel. Har du ikke manualen, eller? Manualen, jeg skal følge med som manualen som brukerverden litt. Åja, greit, ja. Ja, men det er problemet. So this was a story of the time when storage was changed, and so I mean data storage was changed, and
from papyrus to codex, and because of it, there were problems. So this my first remark is that we can lose some information when data storage and data storages are replaced. And the second remark is that this video, I found this video on YouTube, of course, but there is a problem, one more problem with it, that I had a YouTube account about 2 years ago, and I marked a lot of videos as a favorite, and then I didn't use my account for one year, or approximately 1.5 years, and when I came back next time, I saw that more than a half of my favorites videos weren't available anymore. So I lost access to this video, and of course I didn't make any copy of this video. So it was a pity. So this is my second remark. So and the model situation I will talk about is if you give me a URL link, and I will keep this link, and I will follow this link after a while, or in a year, or in 5 years. Then this link, in ideal, this link should represent the same object, the same material, whatever, the same content, ideally. So let's say that in this case a link is said to be reliable. And my model example was about YouTube videos. But okay, of course you can you can give me, well, a billion of example of such a type. Several words about background of this problem. So, as we watch it on a video, there were situations when data carriers replaced each other one by one. So, and those men on a video had papyrus before. So, and I think he was very lucky if he had the same content, the same material on a codex version of his book, his papyrus book, because many data was lost because of this process. So the most famous example is Socratic problem. So this problem about Socrates. So we just know about him and about his philosophers just because of secondary sources. So, and this is a problem because we don't know original material about him. And this is not only about Socrates, of course. It's the similar situation about many ancient philosophers. Okay, and there was a term in the 20th century as well when we is replacing digital media very frequently. So first of all, it was punched cards, then magnetic types, then diskettes, and then optical discs. So, and you know that dialectic says that changes is helical. So, so this is a straight analogy, and I would be one day beat if you read, for example, diskette now. So now it's a problem as well. But I can give a link for the yesterday lightning talk when one man told about vintage computing like that. So he could do it. Okay. So so yes. So this is a bit tricky now as well. Okay. One more problem is that we can lose integrity of our content, and there is another one famous example, Fermat's last problem. So I think everybody heard about it. That this theorem was conjectured, but without any proof. So Fermat just mentioned that he has this proof, and I don't know. Was it true? But nobody knows, of course. But in such a case, the link to this proof was lost, of course. So, and there was a problem. This problem didn't find solution for 300 years. So, so yes, and now we are approached to digital world. But before, I would like to talk a bit about libraries. So I think that information collected, storage, or distributed by libraries seems more reliable. and compare with all of the rest of the digital world. Because there are, by the way, there are several reasons. One of them that libraries is some kind of integrity centers, and in many countries, I'm sure that's here as well, in Russia and Belarus, and there is some rule that a library collect sample of any scene which was published within country. Collect one sample or maybe two samples or so on. So you can always find a sample of some article, book, or so on. And nowadays, of course, libraries are making digital copies. So this is a bridge to the digital world. So in the digital world, it is easy to make a copy, digital copy, of course. But problem of accessibility and integrity become to play more important role. And I would like to point to it. I could, let me see what the next is. Okay, so I could describe two more examples. So first my example was about YouTube, but for example, I had a mailbox which does not exist anymore because this was the fault of mail provider, and also even a GitHub could be inaccessible. So GitHub was inaccessible for a couple of days last year in Russia. So sometimes it happens even with a huge companies. Let's go in. Nowadays, projects contain many external dependencies. And of course, you can find plenty of such examples. And just a few, it is soft libraries. It could be services. It could be some widgets which you imply to your project, and every of these things is changing, and you should control it. So you should control it when you just build your project. It's called a priori, yes, and or another way it's technical support. The separated area is a search engine optimization. It also deals with reliability and with to deal with it, it's a very common topic. And let's restrict ourselves to just to aesthetical content. Okay, no, not yet. To the aesthetical content. But actually, when I thought about these problems, I was thinking about scientific articles, because any scientific articles, or not, well, it could be also some article about some IT article. Why not? So any articles of this kind has a reference section, and nowadays in this section you can find both ordinary links and URL links as well. The problem is that if you have a good result, for example, and you have a URL link in your scientific article, so what if this link become inaccessible one day? So you can lose very important part of your work. It's similar to Fermat problem in some way, right? But before I describe such situations, I would like to take a look around. So, and this is just a few examples when the opposite logic is working. So there is a website or application called snapchat.org. I never use it. I just read about it. And but you can read the description of this very popular, by the way, service application. So and this application use opposite logic. So you never have you never have a reliable link there, and of course, let me see. Of course, there is no guarantee that this content will be deleted from the servers, of course. So and of course there was a problem because of it. But it doesn't matter for us now. It's just a remark. So one more thing about is decryptive information. So this is also a problem, and you could think about it that there are some kind of information which you didn't want to have. Okay, so it's just a look around. So now let's continue our main line. If you have any idea how to classify links, it will be interesting. But I think that we could have such classification of links. So if within site we have more reliable link in the bottom, so this is a root of this site. Then in the first floor there are links to section of this site, and for example on the upper desk we can put very unstable links which was generated by user, not by owner of this site, for example. And we couldn't, we cannot trust to these links. So it could be some text in the forum in this website, for example. And if we market a center of mass of each triangle, then we can make a picture of picture which describes relations between websites, and if you look at the right, the picture number 2, you can see on the bottom the most trustful and most reliable links. So I believe that these links should refer to the companies who manage and maintain web. So then a little bit above we can put links to some big companies, but probably not, but to big archives and to big, which refer to big societies. I'm not sure about big companies. Sometimes they have problems, and sometimes they close services, and even Microsoft can have some stupid mistake, because maybe you heard there was a funny story that Microsoft forgot to continue mail domain, and this company forgot it 2 times. If you had a mailbox there, you could have a problem. Then about these links, we can put a link to, for example, to Wikipedia, because GitHub. But of course, it depends on project, it depends on article, and on the top, we can put some links to blog or social media or something like that. Then, now let's try to find some solution of this problem. How we can choose more reliable link in our reference. And first of all, let's look at the URL structure. So this is a typical URL structure, and if we lose control, if we lose access by this link, what should we do? So first of all, we are look around, and we are going to just to a section or to a subsection and so on to the top, to the root of this website. Then we can search this information. We can try to find some local search engine inside this site. But in other case, we are going to Google, of course, and we'll be trying to find some information using keywords like site name or section name or subsection name or page name. And one more possibility is to find some traces of this site. So many people told me about archive.org. Also, we can look at the caches of search engines. This is a solution, of course, but I would like to mention that there are two problems with it. First problem is that archive.org or caches doesn't ask a site, okay, have you some changes already? So they not depend on the changes inside your site. They just have a snapshot once a day or some constant period, and these machines could miss some changes inside site. Another problem is that they doesn't collect any kind of content. For example, video content or so on. So yes, and we can first of all we can make a conclusion that if we want to make our URL link more reliable, we should use readable and meaningful words in section, page name, site name, and so on. So I would like to present one example. This is a Carl Fogel website. He participated in this conference last year, and I found this link. So what 948 means? So if you follow this link, you could read this message. So yes, this is the answer to our question. So it means nothing. For us, it's better to have something readable and meaningful. So there are a few examples of links, and classic one. Yes, the second rule is that we can include. It would be better if we include some more additional information about with our link. So in a case, if our link become inaccessible, we can find it easily by some additional information. But not every information is good for us. For example, ISBN code of the book is probably not very good to insert in the link. But this is individual, of course. So the next example is this one, when we include the date. So you can understand that in this time, in this date, this link was accessible. So the next one, short link. But you can keep in mind that it's just a link to link. So it's nothing about reliability, and also you should keep in mind that this service also may be untrustable sometimes. But in this case, I have one advice for you, that sometimes such services ask you to put some readable word instead of this one. So this is a good way to make our link more reliable. What also? Okay, and you can look at this article and read more about possibilities. So, and by the way, this article this article situated on a w3.org, so it's very reliable link. Yeah. So what also? Okay. So now we can write some rules. So readable and meaningful is important for us, for our links. Then provide additional information. Yeah, sometimes it's easier just to include material itself instead of link, if this material is short enough, or I don't know. It's also individual question, but sometimes it's possible. Choose more reliable systems if possible. So the good example is archive.org with X. This is a huge archive of scientific and around scientific articles, and if you upload your article there, it will be there persistently. Also, PGP storage system is a very good example of reliable systems. What else? Yes, provide both ordinary and e-version of your material, if e-version exists. And also sometimes it could be better to provide structure links. I mean that you just write a sequence of section name, subsection name, subsection name, and so on. And sometimes this kind of links would be more understandable and more reliable. So you just mention a website, and then you mention, okay, go to this section and then choose this subsection. And of course, the last one is very, very important. So all of these questions very individual, and you have to think: is your material important or not? But in most of the cases of scientific results, it is very important, because material is very valuable. So that's all. So if you have any ideas, please ask me, contact me, or so on. So thank you for your attention.
Since we're out of time,